Purple pants premonitions. Bryce and Gary DeAndre. Purple pants premonitions. Spiritual care and a tarot read on the way.
Hello and welcome back to your Purple Pants podcast for the month of February, Premonitions. I'm super excited to be here another month in the year of 2025. And if it's the Purple Pants Premonitions, you know I can't do it alone. I have my co-host, Mr. Gary DeAndre. Happy February. How are you?
We here. It's February. It's Black History Month. Okay, power to the people. All
If,
right.
they, if they're not trying to take it away. But listen, we're going to celebrate it.
While we can, you know what I'm saying? Every single moment is a celebration, baby. But I'm here. I cannot believe that we are already 1 month into 2025. Time has definitely flown by, and no tea, no shade. I'm like, really? Like, has the year begun for me yet? Because it's giving 2024 remnants, honestly, still. And I'm like, I need to get some newness flowing through here. You know what I'm saying? Some new energy, some new excitement. So that's what I'm feeling coming out of Miss January.
Okay, well, January, I thought I was entering in the new year, going to be my new full self, but baby, the things that have been happening since January 21st or the
Yeah.
20th until now, it's been a lot. And it's been weighing on my spirit. And it's like I've been trying to find other outlets to uplift myself, but I really kind of like found myself in this like state of freeze where like my emotions are turned off. I don't want to engage. I am just kind of I'm unfunctionally functioning, right? Like I can go to
Mhm.
work, I can do all of the things, but it's like I just feel like I've turned my emotions off and I'm just like a zombie at times. And it's really like the only way that I've been able to get through, but I really want to break out of that state that I'm in and like really thrive because I'm not thriving. I'm just kind of
Mhm.
like surviving and I want to get
Yeah.
out of that. And it's just so easy for me to like fake the funk. You know, I can do what I got to do, but the second I get home, I'm in my bed, I'm chilling. I don't want to talk. I don't want to emotionally think. I'm just so numb. And the
Yeah.
stuff that's going on in our country specifically, it just kind of furthermore makes me want to stay in this numb state. But
Mhm.
I realize that I can't. Like, I'm not going to let this devil,
Yeah.
okay, steal my joy. And so I
Amen.
am just trying to do the things that I enjoy and really try to put myself out there.
Amen. Okay. So based on that, and I really appreciate you sharing that, like how do you find yourself, I guess, like finding the excitement, you know what I mean? And finding like the energy to really like put yourself out there. Like what gives you, I guess, that focus, or what are you looking for to like inject that focus into your life right now?
Yeah. Cause it's hard, cause it's a
Yeah.
lot of negativity. And February is supposed to be the month of love.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to find my Prince Charming.
Okay.
Um, I can't find my Prince Charming if I'm just numb. I gotta
That's
I
true.
gotta open up my heart.
That's true. And I mean, I feel like the way that it starts is by putting yourself in situations or around people that help to like bring that energy to you. You know what I'm saying? Because when
Yeah.
we're by ourselves, it's very hard to like find, the motivation sometimes, or find like the focus or the energy or what have you. But when you're around people that are kind of like on that same frequency, then that helps you. So maybe that could be something that you focus on going into the month of February.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm in need of a spiritual forecast from the
Okay.
great one himself.
Obi-Wan
Je-
Kenobi.
okay.
Listen, I'm excited to see what the tea is for this upcoming month. I feel like, just like for me personally, I'm starting to get back into some of the routines that feel, I guess, like correct for me, and feel like they are fulfilling me, and feel like they're bringing me, like, you know what I'm saying, like some way forward on the path instead of feeling stagnant. Because I definitely understand what you mean about the freeze. I feel like I've been in the freeze for a while now, and I'm trying to figure out what are the things that I need to add to the pot in order to help me, continue to push forward. So I'm excited to see what February is bringing for us, what the tea is going to be, what the prediction is going to be. Honestly, let me follow my spirit, because my spirit was like, let's do something a little different today. So
Okay.
anyway, if this is your first time here, hi. Gary DeAndre, Gigi, Gangsta Guri, okay. The doll does reading. She does spiritual consultants, spiritual guidance, spiritual education, as well as being an educator. And I like to bring kind of like the spiritual forecast as to what we can expect going into a specific month. So we're in the month of February. And you did talk about like love. And we know that love is natural and it's from the heart, it's from the spirit. Everybody has the ability to be able to do that. And I guess today what I want to use is my Nature Nurture Oracle deck. So this is by Marcella Kroll. So we're going to start here today and then we may do some tarot. But the way that I think about Oracle decks in specific is really kind of just like being rooted towards advice. I think that tarot is kind of like the steps in a journey. I think that oracles are kind of like the advice that we give to kind of like help with the overarching journey. But for some reason today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read backwards. So I'm going to start with the oracle card and see if we have any tarot in order to complement that. So as we start, okay, I always like to set a good intention in order to help us like channel the energy appropriately. And for this specific reading for the month of February, I set the intention for us to be able to receive any information that we need to know in regards to love, in regards to continuing to ascend on our journey and continuing to find the focus that we need in order to help ourselves elevate. So let's go ahead and shuffle this deck. Heavenly Father, Earth Mother, who loves us unconditionally. Thank you so much for this blessing of today. Thank you for me, Gary DeAndre, being the conduit of this message. Thank you so much for Bryce being in the room, as well as all of the Purple Pants Premonitions posse. And whatever this he is supposed to be on today, allow it to be done. Thank you so much in advance. Amen. And amen. So, my spirit is rumbling, okay? Rumbling about love. I don't know why that's like sitting at the top of like my spirit, but I want us to think about love in the sense of how not necessarily romantic, but in the sense of like it being platonic and the people that we like connect with and how we show that to ourselves and how a lot of the times like when we're dealing with like other people, we will go out of our way sometimes in order to like bring joy, you know what I'm saying, to like other people's faces, but like are we doing that for ourselves? And I want us to like focus on what does that look like for us this month as we are bringing love back to ourselves and treating ourselves with love. And being gentle, especially in moments where we feel kind of like this pressure to act or be a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Like your journey, your roller coaster is always flowing. And what's going to be really important for us this month is to focus on the way that we speak to ourselves and making sure that we are injecting ourselves and our spirit in our lives with a little bit more care and a little bit more comfort. Because there's no reason for you to be cussing yourself out. Okay. I feel like this month is going to have a lot of like those moments energetically of us like wanting to like get on our own ass because we feel guilty about something that we've done. And this is the time to be gentle. Okay. This is the month of being gentle. So the card that came up for the month of February, our oracle card is represented, and I love this, is the Phoenix. So,
come on, Phoenix Rising, take me to my X-Men days.
Okay, very that. Okay, it's giving. I don't know why, but I love Jean Grey, even though I was not like a cartoon or like a Marvel.
Period.
But I love me some Jean Grey because she will fall out anywhere and be just dead, and then it's like she comes back to life, and that's very much. But anyway, we have the Phoenix, and when we think of the Phoenix, we think of the key term here is right, and it makes me think of a rite of passage, of a rite of us just being able to like expand, like we are in a space where we are coming up from the ashes in our lives and really making things happen. So if you felt this sense of slowness or this sense of like the freeze that you mentioned earlier, I feel like February is bringing this energy of us being able to expand, us being able to be like the Phoenix rising, us being able to overcome, us being able to see things through, us finding like that. Because when I think of the Phoenix, I think of the element of fire. You know what I'm saying? And the element of fire is very energetic. Fire dances, it moves, it has its own frequency, right? And I think of fire being this like space of us like taking action. Like when we think about it in the sense of like tarot, the wands, which is the element of fire, which is always connected to just like people's actions. So I feel like this month is going to be important to think about the actions that help us to rise above. That help us to like see things through, that help us to like take ourselves to the next level. So I want us to think about also, because we have the number 42 on this card, 4 + 2 breaks down to the number 6. And in Numerology 6 is really about like the relationships. I think about it as like the relationships that we have with ourselves and the relationships that we have in community and like with other people. So how are some of your relationships evolving in the month of February? Um, where are you trusting people more? You feel what I'm saying? Where are you letting people in more? Because I feel like, you know, we all go through stuff, but I feel like sometimes we stop ourselves from being able to like speak about what's actually taking place in our lives out of like fear for like, oh, I don't want to put this burden on somebody, or, you know, I don't want to like talk about myself because I don't want to make it seem like I'm all about myself or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's just like this, I think, is like really helping us to like reevaluate the quality of the relationships that we have in the month of February, and see that there are going to be some where you can really, really put yourself in a space of trusting another person and really getting into that space of like evolving your relationship. So the Phoenix, keywords: initiation, ritual, rite of passage, and a mile marker or significant event in one's personal history. So it feels like something big is going to be happening. Okay. Something large, something that's going to be a life-changing event. This could be a graduation. This could be like a new job. This could be like a move. You know, this could be like a birth. That does not necessarily have to mean pregnancy. That could mean you birthing something brand new. When I think of like the word initiation, you know what I mean? Like you get initiated into like, you know, a fraternity or something like that. And that makes me think about like the preparation that goes into getting yourself ready in order to be able to step out. So maybe January has been your initiation month. Maybe February is like your initiation period, or it could be your coming out period, whatever feels the most appropriate for you as you are going throughout this month. But thinking about specifically, what am I, and I'll say it as this, putting the armor on in order to go ahead and fight the battle. You know what I'm saying? And know that I have all the tools and all the skills ready to go ahead and tear it up. It says, by definition, a rite of passage is a ceremony or event marking an important stage in someone's life, especially birth, puberty, marriage, and death. This card can indicate an important turning point in one's life, a passing of certain spiritual tests, or achievements. If you are inquiring about a situation or relationship, the Phoenix is not to be taken lightly. You will be transformed, always for the highest, but the journey may not always be the easiest. Stay true to your heart during this time. So, being authentic, being honest, being tapped into yourself are themes that are going to be really important for us this month. I think it also speaks to this place of like us being transformed. So, when you think about transformation, right? When you think about where you are and where you want to be, where are you going? We have to have a destination, right? And I know that me personally, I've said this many times. I've just been bumbling and fumbling because I'm like, oh my God, it's so effing hard to like sit and think about what it is that I actually want to do. You know what I mean? Or who it is that I actually want to be. But the longer that you wait, the more that time is wasted. You feel what I'm saying? And the more that you are losing the opportunity to like make that move. So I feel like the Phoenix is really showing up to be like, baby, it's time. Okay. If you wasn't ready, get ready. Because it's about to happen. It's about to pop. It's about to be hot. But are you prepared to welcome in, you know what I'm saying, the heat? And you know what they say, if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. So is you ready to, you know, turn up? Is you ready to fire it up? Or what is you giving? It's kind of like the question that you need to like really be conscious of this month. And also, what is an important stage for you? Like, what marks the next important stage in your life is kind of like what this is, I think, bringing up for us. And I want you to think about like, if you could draw out your life and plan out your life in the most appropriate way for yourself, what would be the next big thing for you at this stage that you are right now? And how can you get yourself there even closer in order to make that happen? So for me, it makes me think about like one or two things. It makes me think about either like a move in some way, shape, or form, or like something like career-wise, like an evolution, like career. But it's like figuring out exactly, well, if I'm evolving in my career, what does that look like? What do I want to do? And then what is the work and the steps that get me there? Or if it's like a move, where do I want to go? What do I need to do in order to make sure that I can end up in that place? And then taking the steps to get there. But I think that right now it's really important for us to be mindful of the fact that we have the space to really see that through and have like God's energy, the universe's energy, the spirit's energy, your ancestors' energy support you in that journey. So figure out what that looks like, and know that this is your month to allow yourself to transform and allow yourself to kind of like go through that rite of passage, that initiation, to see yourself on the other side. So that's going to be the major theme of this month. How does that feel for you?
It of course, you know, it always resonates with me. And so I receive it also, you know, February ushers in Pisces season. So when you're talking about like a rebirth, a celebration, it's literally my birthday is this month.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, time is of the essence.
Amen.
And I feel like there are so many things, like you said, I have goals. For me, it is really like a home. I've been like on this journey to buy a home for a very long time, and I feel like the cards are aligning. I also feel like career, like let's be clear, I hate my full-time job. I'm blessed to have it. Now let's be clear, I'm
Amen.
blessed to have it, but I hate it.
Amen.
It doesn't serve me, and I'm always in this like, what are you going to do? Because
Mhm.
one thing's for sure, two things for certain. My mother, shout out Miss Barb, always told the girls to keep a job. Okay, like
Okay.
the one thing I'm going to always do is pay my bills. And
Amen.
so it is that kind of leap of faith to make that transition. But it's like, how are my bills going to be paid? How am I like, I am just one of those type of people. But you know, I can put that to the phoenix, and the phoenix is rising. And sometimes you got to go through things and figure it out. I also just feel like I'm on this body transformation. I feel like I go through these peaks and valleys with my physical appearance. And I feel
Mhm.
like, you know, for a while I was giving myself grace and saying, okay, it's big back season. And that's fine. And you know, I'm
Out here
being
for
so
the thick
transparent.
girls. Okay.
Yeah, you know, for the big girls.
Okay. I
But
get it.
and you know, I was in that space for a while, and I'm, you know, was happy with it. But I also realized, like, you know what, with my birthday coming up, I am not a spring chicken by any means. And health is wealth. And it's like I really need to transition myself to a place where I am comfortable, I am healthy. And so there are so many key points that you talked about that really resonate with me entering into this February and things that I want to do. So it is again speaking directly to me, so I receive it.
Amen. Listen, we love that. Now I know I can't let y'all go without giving y'all a little action to take, and that's where I want to consult the tarot with. So we're going to figure out, as we kind of like talked about. Obviously, this month is going to be important for us to like see some things through and really like start a new chapter, like establish a new chapter. How do we do it? You know what I'm saying? So we know what's on the horizon. How do we make it happen? So that's what we're going to figure out how to do real quick, because I'm excited to see it through.
And where are these tarot cards from?
Oh, these are mine.
Okay, okay.
This is my deck, Tarot for You and Me, a queer deck and guidebook. So if you're interested in getting these wonderful cards, you can find them on Amazon. You can find them on Barnes and Noble. I almost said Barnes and Nobles, and I know that is incorrect. But you can find them on Barnes and Noble. You can find them anywhere where books are sold. So let us see. What is the one action that we need to take for the month of February? Can I just get one card, please? Okay. The Child of Lanterns comes up. And with the Child of Lanterns, as I was speaking about earlier, lanterns in this deck is relevant to the element of fire. This is telling you to really like start the process as far as making sure that the idea comes to pass. So what action are you taking? What idea do you have? And how can you follow through with that? This is not the time to be lazy. You had all of January to do that. Whenever you listen to this or whatever, like if you took your January and you didn't do it, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Now we pull it together for February, and the Child of Lanterns is supporting that. And the thing about it is, like with the Child of Lanterns specifically, I think about a person that just does whatever. Like instead of overthinking everything as far as your actions are concerned, and like getting caught up in like the step A, step B, step C, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then this has to be done this way in order for it to be the best. Like they just do whatever the hell feels right. And I think that that's going to be important for you this month. Instead of overthinking it and getting caught up in your head, just do it. Just try it. just go for it. It does not have to be well put together. It can be messy as hell, okay? Like, it can be messy boots, messiana, messy the house down boots, backwards, forwards, gaga, okay? Like, it can be messy as hell, but as long as you're doing it, that's what matters. So how do you allow yourself to really, like, take that first step? Take multiple first steps. Figure out what that feels like for you. And then, of course, you know, because I love to read, because she's a reader, okay? The text in the guidebook says keywords are ecstatic, creative spark, and fiery. Now is the time for you to chart the path that best serves you. You've got a twinkle in your eye and you're feeling excited for what's coming down the road for you. Put energy towards that creative idea, seize the day, and make use of what's right in front of you. What has been giving you the nudge to lean into it and try to uncover what's underneath the surface? What can you spend some time creating in order to see your best manifestations come to life? The Child of Lanterns is the sign you needed to know that it's the best time to strike. But don't let yourself get super caught up in making everything happen all at once. You're still in your child form, which means that you're just beginning to figure it all out and get your sea legs about you. Once you strap in and give yourself time to grow, you'll begin to see what you've been preparing for this whole time was worth it in the end. As long as you stay positive, passionate, and powerful, you will see these components of your life become real right before your eyes. Keep being open to the adventure and spice of life, and keep that fire burning inside you. If you are inquiring about a partnership of some sort, this could be new, fresh, and exciting, but still, it is new. Take your time with proceeding, because all that glitters is not always gold. So, try it out. Okay, if it's a date, go on a date, girl. Okay, because that's what they're talking about. Like, enjoy life. That's what this is about. It's giving very, like, even though everything fucking sucks right now, that does not mean that you allow it to deter you from enjoying your lived experience. So that is my tea for you for the month of February. Sorry, I was talking so doggone much.
No, listen, we need it. Listen, we need it and we receive it, okay? If this isn't the PPP, Purple Pants Premonitions, okay, it's also the positive, passionate, and powerful, okay? Catch that.
Catch that, okay? That's the tea.
That is the tea. And we are always also grateful for you to lend your light and love and your knowledge with us here. We're also grateful. Thank you for providing us with our February's Purple Pants Premonitions. Before we head on out, is there anything you've got cooking? What you got going on? Where can the people follow you if they want to send you some love? What's up?
You know, you can follow me on Instagram, Gangsta Gurry, Gangsta with an A, because I'm gonna do that ER Buster, like I know gangster. But Gangsta Gurry, Gury. I spend a lot of time on Twitter that has been rebranded to X or whatever it's called. I don't know. I've been real weird about social media, but if you hit me up, I'll always respond. And right now, all I'm working on is trying to get back to me. People have been tapping on my window. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a couple clients here and there and things of that nature. So that's been nice. But I feel like the streets are looking for me. And I feel like I'm thinking about how I want to, reemerge.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on. Y'all will see me in the near future. But for now, you can expect to see me here with Bryce.
Yes.
That's why I do my pop outs, okay?
And we appreciate it, but we will be awaiting the Phoenix rising when she does decide to rise. Okay. As always, we thank you so much for listening. We appreciate your comments. I read the comments on the YouTube. I get the DMs. I always try to share them to Gary. We appreciate it. Keep it coming. This is a community that we are building, and we're in this together. So if you're struggling, we're struggling. If we're winning, you're winning. So let's keep this passionate, powerful, and positivity all through the month of February. We will see you soon. This has been your February's Purple Pants Premonitions.
Bye.
It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.